finally time for this trip. I've been planning it out with Christian for a couple months now. We are going to be heading down to Alabama. But first, on the way, we're going to go to Chickamauga. We're going to fish there a little bit, and then we're going to drive on down to Alabama after. The conditions for this trip are looking really good, so I feel like we're going to have a very good trip. The fall temperatures have really started to kick in here, so I feel like we're going to have a great time. So I'm very excited. But anyways, guys, let's get all loaded up and let's start heading that way. This is my first time coming to this lake, but there's fish blowing up all around me. There's bait fish on the fish finder. Kind of got a little bit of a later start than I normally like, but it's okay. Should still hopefully have a good day regardless. There's quite a bit of clouds, a lot of activity with bait fish, so I think it should be pretty good. Throwing a swim jig right now just to come through that grass a little bit better. Also got a Kayak tied on. I might change it up with the wacky. It's a little windy, but hopefully it should be pretty good. We're going to be going to a couple other lakes over the next couple of days. We're going to Wheeler and Gunnersville. So if that interests you, make sure you subscribe down below so you guys can stay tuned with it. But I'll probably tie on a frog if I can find some thick vegetation. Just have to kind of see how it goes. Well guys, we didn't have too much luck over at that spot. They were blowing up over there, but it seemed like it was getting some pretty heavy pressure. So I'm just gonna go on down and kind of explore a little bit. There's a bunch of docks. I'm gonna try to see if maybe they're up under that, but we'll go from there. I switched to a swim jig and a wacky. Those are the two main ones I'm switching between, but I might tie on a chatterbait here in a little bit, or spinnerbait. Got one. Come here, buddy. Okay. There we go. Fish number one of the day. First bass of the trip. First time I've ever caught a bass here. So hopefully it gets a little bit bigger, but it is a start. And I was just throwing it around this dock and he hit it. He's decent. I mean, he's not a keeper, but I'll take it any day. It's a good fish to start on. It's more to build on, but this wind is killing me, so hopefully it's not too bad whenever I'm editing it, but sorry about that. But I'm gonna send him on his way. Thanks, buddy. There he goes. First fish of the trip. Can't believe it, actually, especially with how much wind I'm having to deal with right now. I've changed tackle I don't know how many times. I put on a spinnerbait, put on a swim jig, I put on the Kayak. But you can never go wrong with the little Kayak on the jig head. Here's that little setup right here. Just a little Kayak jig head. I can't remember how much it weighs, and the little Kayak on the back works really well. I wonder if there's any more up under this dock here, because I think he like came out of the dock and hit it. This wind is awful right now, so I'm sorry if the audio is not the best. I'm hardly even moving and it's blowing me pretty good. I know there's a decent amount of fish here. I've been seeing them on the fish finder and been seeing them blow up. Hopefully we'll get on them. If I can catch my limit today, I'll be extremely happy. Or even just three. Three would be nice. Like I said, I've never been here before, so it's all pretty new to me. I fished the TVA lakes before, but never Chickamauga. So I've heard really, really good things about this lake. So hopefully we can kind of figure it out today. I got about 4 hours left to fish or so. Maybe. I really can't wait for this wind to die down though, I'll tell you that much. This is supposed to be the windiest day of the whole trip. Hopefully this should be the worst of it. But this Kayak has really been producing for me at a lot of the TVA lakes recently. So I figured, you know what? Why not try it here? Might do pretty good. And right as soon as I threw it near the edge of that dock there, he just came out and got it. I feel like they might be up under here. I might have to hit up this spot on the way back through, see if maybe I can pull another one out. That's what I did on my last video on Boone Lake, and it really paid off for me. I didn't have super long to fish there either, but it's a good video. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you check it out. There we go. Oh, wow. Stay pinned, buddy. There we go. starting to get worried there for a second. I saw that fish blowing up like right behind me. That's a little bit better. I saw that fish blowing up on bait fish like right behind me. And I was like, you know what? Let me throw this. I've been getting waked out by that guy over there on that jet ski pretty consistently. So pretty happy with this one. Fish number 2. We got a couple hours left to fish and hopefully we can get some more, but not too shabby, not too shabby. If we can catch our limit today, I'd be very happy, or just a couple more would be cool. But yeah, there we go. We're gonna send him back on his way and hopefully get some bigger ones. Thanks, little buddy. I've been seeing a lot of fish on the fish finder, so I was like, you know what, let's throw this Kayak some more. And there's fish blowing up like right behind me, but that last fish ripped up my Kayak pretty good, so I'm having to rig it back up. Having to deal with that guy too. He's a blast. But that was pretty much on top water right there, so it kind of makes me want to throw some top water. So I might throw that Hellraiser here a little bit, especially if they're hitting it like that. That's nuts. Because like I wasn't even really paying attention too much. I just kind of killed it like right at the top, and it just came up and smoked it. I casted there because I seen that there was bass blowing up there, and I was like, you know what? I bet I could get one to blow up on this, especially if they're chasing bait fish. So who knows? Maybe there's another one back up in here. But I really was not expecting that. And if I can get one more, I'd be very happy. But if we can catch our limit, got about 2 hours left, which it's very possible, especially if we get in the right spot and we hit these spots where we've been getting bites. I bet we can definitely catch our limit if we try hard enough. But I've been seeing these bait fish getting blown up on all day today. I mean, they've been aggressive about it too. So hopefully as the evening goes on, maybe the bite will get a little bit better. There's so much grass here, and honestly, I'm really not used to fishing grass that much. We don't really have that much grass back in Western North Carolina. I mean, we do, but not like compared to here. It's night and day difference. If I was doing this back home right now, I would be in like at least probably 30 feet of water. And right now I'm in 6. So I'm happy that I've caught 2 so far, especially on that Kayak. That Kayak, I'm telling you, it's a fish catcher, especially if they're feeding up on bait fish. And you can also mimic other things too. You can mimic like bluegill if they're feeding up on bluegill, and imitate blueback herring. Pretty much any type of fish like that the bass will eat, you can imitate with the Kayak. But thankfully the wind's kind of died off a little bit. It's been pretty rough today, to be honest with you. We got some pretty good spots left to fish from what it looks like. I've been checking it out on my fish finder, and hopefully we can get on them, but they are stacked up here. But generally whenever I find them, they're schooling up on those bait fish trying to feed. If we keep finding that, I feel like we can definitely catch a few more at least. And if we fish near dots too, and like wood that they'll be holding to, that might be the way. There we go. There's another one. My voice kind of cracked there a little bit. Number 3. Small little guy, but number 3 regardless. Kind of over there whenever I killed it, and I fell and pick it up and set the hook into him, but not too bad of a little fish. 2 more and we'll catch our limit. So not too shabby. He's a small guy, so we're just gonna send him on back. Thanks, little buddy. All right. There is fish number 3. Only 2 more and we'll have our limit. So hopefully we can start kind of weeding through some of these smaller ones and try to catch a big one. But a lot of those fish that I've been catching, I've just kind of been killing it, and that's whenever they've been hitting. There we go. Oh, that feels a lot better. Not much better, but some. Fish number 4. So 1 more and we'll have our limit. We got a couple hours left to fish, but not too shabby. That's a little bit bigger. Destroyed my Kayak like usual, but not too bad of a fish. Hopefully we'll get another one and I just kind of threw it up near that dock. They might be schooled up there, so I'm gonna put on another Kayak and hopefully get another one. We're gonna send this little guy back on his way. Thanks, little buddy. Let's see if there's another one up here on this dock. It'd be crazy if there's another one schooled up here and I got my limit. Oh, I thought that was one there for a second. I was about to be like, wow, it normally doesn't work out like that, but I'm pretty content with today now, especially since I've caught 4 and I've only been here for like a couple hours. Not too bad. I might be onto something with these Kayaks. I don't have too many packs of those, unfortunately, so that's a little rough. I'm gonna have to kind of be sparingly with them over the next couple days, but we'll figure it out. Also got a lot of Cincos, so who knows, we'll see how it goes. I got a lot of other lures though, so I'm sure we can find something else they'll bite. But especially with them feeding up on shad like they are, you can never go wrong with the little Kayak on a jig head like that. We barely even picked this dock apart either. We were just casting it pretty much at the same spot right there. And that's where we caught those 2 back to back pretty much. But there is a lot of wake out here, so hopefully as the evening goes on, it'll die down a little bit. I really hope it does, because this wait's getting a little annoying. That's for sure. There we go. Come on, get in the boat. There we go, number 5. He's a little smaller. He absolutely mangled my Kayak. But here we go. As you guys can see, it's popping right now. But 5th bass. They're a little limit. If we catch some more with some size, that'd be great. But number 5 for the day. This spot's been really productive for me, so I'm gonna try to get back in there and hopefully see if there's another one, but I'll send it back on its way. Thanks, little buddy. There he goes. Even with this boat traffic, I'm still catching fish, so I'm happy. I caught my limit. That was really the goal of today, is to catch our limit. But I guess now let's try to see if we can catch 10, which I think it might be possible. They've been tearing up this Kayak. I wonder if there's another one over there. They might be schooled up. Might be a bunch of bait fish just sitting there. That's what they're feeding on, because whenever I'm getting bit, it's whenever I'm not doing anything to the lure. And then whenever I start retrieving it back, I kind of let it fall back down, let it sit there. There might be another one stacked up there. We probably won't stay here super long, just because I want to explore more of the lake. I'll do a few more casts, see if there's another fish that bites. If we don't get bit in like 5 casts, I'll move on. These clouds have kind of started to move in behind me. Maybe that's giving the fish a reason to bite right now. Or maybe they just see my Kayak and they're like, ooh, bait fish. Whenever I'm letting it hit the bottom, it looks like a dying bait fish, so that could also be triggering the reaction strike out of them. Fish, 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 fish. That was pretty decent. Oh, fish. All right, there we go. There's fish number 6 for the day. Little guy, not too shabby, but he's talking to Christian on the phone. Seems like he's my good luck charm, so we're just gonna send this little guy back on his way and hopefully try to catch a couple more. I was throwing it up near that wall over there and he just smoked it. As soon as I acted like it was dying, that's whenever he hit it. So I'll send him on his way and hopefully catch some more. Thanks, little buddy. I decided to change tackle again. I know I can't make up my mind, but we're gonna try this wacky rig out. See if maybe that's the ticket. If they're hitting it on the fall, they might hit the wacky. Yep, that they will. Good to know. There we go. First cast at the wacky rig. Not too shabby. So they're definitely hitting that wacky rig, but number 7, first fish on the wacky for the day. 6 on the Kayak. I wish I was catching a little bit more bigger ones, but I'm still having a blast. Little ones deserve love too. We're gonna send him on his way and hopefully get something a little bit bigger. Thanks, buddy. Oh, there he goes. Didn't catch anything else. Kind of seems like the bite kind of died off. I even threw the Kayak for a little bit, didn't get any bites. I'm happy that I actually caught some fish today and I caught my limit. And I caught more than my limit too, so that is a big plus. It was definitely a good day today, and we're almost back to the ramp. I'm gonna go and load up the car and get ready to go meet Christian so we can drive the rest of the way on down to Alabama. So make sure you stay tuned so you can see the future videos that I'm going to be doing on Wheeler and Guntersville, assuming if I catch fish while I'm on both lakes, because who knows, I might get skunked. You never know, but I have a good feeling about it. I will see you guys back here at the car. We had a really good day out in the water, and honestly, I can't wait to come back out here. I only live a couple hours from this lake, but this is the first time I've ever actually got to fish it, so I will definitely be coming back. That was a really good first day, especially like never being on the lake before and being able to catch our limit. We were really able to figure out the bite early on. I can't really waste too much time. I gotta meet up with Christian. We're gonna meet up along the interstate somewhere. He's almost here to the area, and we're going to be driving on down to Alabama. Since you made it this far in the video, consider subscribing to the channel. It really would mean a lot to me. We're going for 5,000 subs by the end of the year, and I would really appreciate the support. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'll have it linked down below. We're going to get to driving, and I'll see you guys next time.